Hello, viewer. My chair's moved back. Oh well, today I'm bringing another review to you. I haven't done one of these in forever. In fact, I only have one other review, and that's on VidAngel. But today is something a little different from what I've done in the past. This is Finding Dory movie review. I watched this movie a while back at my friend's house. It was actually the same friend who helped me with my Count on Me to Be Yours video on his channel, which is Lucky777s. And there's going to be a link to that video in the iCards, Count on Me to Be Yours. It's a pretty cool song. It's really interesting, and you should definitely check it out if you're into music. If you think I'm a loser and you're not into music, then don't watch it. But anyway, Finding Dory. You know, at first, I thought it was going to be kind of lame. You know, I was like, Nemo was really good. No one's going to top Finding Nemo, you know. But then Finding Dory came out, and it was like, Finding Nemo, Finding Dory, Finding Nemo, Finding Dory, Finding Nemo, Finding... It's like, you can't really measure it. It's hard. This lamp is making an interesting shadow. Do I need to... I can't see very well right now. The point of this lamp being here, even though you can't see it, is just to light that cupboard and make it visible so you can see all the stuff in there easily. Yeah, it's a little much on my face. Alright. Back to what I was explaining. So, Finding Dory blew me away. It did. It really did. I was watching Finding Dory, and I was like, whoa. Okay, so you know how when you're a kid, and you're in, like, kindergarten and elementary school, and there's the superstition that if you cry, you're a wuss. If you cry, you're acting like a baby. You're acting younger than you really are when you cry. But the strange thing is, there are moments in movies that, as I watch them now, as an older teenager, they make me cry, and they didn't back then because I didn't quite understand them. So I don't really think crying is about age. I don't think crying is about gender. I don't think crying is about anything. I just think that crying shows you've got feelings, and you've got this you just connect easily. You know, I don't cry a lot. And it was mostly just like a tear up and just a feeling of this whoa when I watched the movie. I'll explain what part later, but still. And I'm not saying that everybody has to cry. I'm not saying that people who don't cry are complete losers and have no soul or something. I mean, like, everybody has a soul, and even if you don't cry, that's not really your fault. You know, my dad hasn't cried for like the past 11 years or so, and he's still a really cool guy, and he's got a lot of emotions and stuff, and he's an easy... you can connect to him, you know. Well, of course, he's my dad, so I can connect to him easier, but crying doesn't always determine who you are. And there are some people that sob for no reason, but I'm getting off on a horribly long tangent that is going to skew this video really long. I'm already 3 minutes into it, and I need to not waste time. So, Finding Dory. What's interesting about this film is it plays on the original film's kind of... it plays on the original film's kind of nostalgia, you know, the feel of the original film. And in fact, it kind of opens, you know, with these Baby Dory sequences, almost like a mini prequel involved in this sequel. And then it goes into the scene, and you're in the original movie. And there you are, and you're breezing past certain events in the original movie, right along with Dory and Nemo and everybody, just like you used to, and it's a great opener. Because for one, you get to start to see Dory's backstory. You get to start to see all these baby images and things. And I could be getting things confused with how the movie went. I only saw it once, but I want to write a review on it before I forget what it was like when I saw it. Although I doubt I'll forget certain scenes from that movie. It was just amazing. So it just brings kind of this feel from the original Finding Nemo. It's like, yes, we are in this world. We're reestablishing this world. And they go and they continue to reestablish the world as they lead up to coming to the Marine Life Institute. They just keep reestablishing the kind of feel, you know, with the different chases and the escapes and the, you know, the conflicts and just the characters, and everything just kind of becomes real again. Because it's been a long time since we had the original Finding Nemo. I don't know how long. I should have done homework and typed things up on Google and looked things up. But who cares? I I don't care. But, and I'm losing my thoughts again. But basically, it's just interesting how they do play a lot on the old movie. And I think that if you haven't seen Finding Nemo and you go and see Finding Dory, you might feel like it's not explainable. You know, you might be confused, and you might not have an explanation for things. But in reality, they cover so much ground in the first couple minutes, kind of giving you a refresher, that it's one of those movies that you can take your kids to watch and they'll still enjoy, having not seen them earlier on movies. You know, I mean, it's kind of like Force Awakens, although I think that any true Star Wars fan would not watch Force Awakens until they have seen all 6 prior episodes. I mean, come on, people. But, Star Wars aside, back to Finding Dory. My favorite scene, by far, is the shells. The shells. That moment when Dory is about to give up hope, and then she sees the shells. And she follows the shells. And what does she find when she follows the shells? That her parents have been laying these same shells everywhere. This one little part near the Marine Life Institute, hoping that someday Dory would come back. And she did. It's just crazy, because it's like Dory went all the way across the ocean. And I don't know all the geography of Finding Nemo, but Dory went really far. And they still felt like that she was in their hearts, and that they were going to continue to lay stones and continue to look and continue to search for her, no matter the cost. And that they would always remember her, and they would not forget her. They would keep laying those stones. I want to make that like a hashtag. When you do something out of sheer love, even when it seems hopeless, hashtag lay the stones. Or something along those lines. And let's try to start that up, you know? Hashtag lay the stones. That's the hashtag. So start that. Because that's really what we should do in this life. Because even when things seem crazy, even when we're found by our friends as someone who's insane for believing in things that other people don't believe in, holding on to a belief that brings us hope is something worth believing in. Whether it's real or not, when we give ourselves hope and we don't squash it, it brings us joy, it brings us happiness, and it brings us just this sense of love and this sense of life, and this it makes things all right. And it just, I don't know. So just lay the stones. If you think that's a cool hashtag, start doing it. If you think I'm some sort of crazy YouTuber and don't like that, then why are you still watching this video? If you don't know me and you don't know YouTube, I'm like this. Just get used to it. I'm sorry, that was rude. And so the shell scene is by far the most emotional. But then you've got the fact that they don't have a villain. They don't. Really, the closest thing you could call to a villain, like the most antagonizing bad guy, is really just being lost, just not knowing what to do. It's like emotions. It's the bad guy. Like, there's a certain emotion that is creating the villain. But if you had to say a person, I mean, like, Hank is probably the closest you're gonna get. And he's not even a bad guy. He's just like, you know, when my older brother Jacob and I, Jacob, if you want to see him, he was in my Polar Express theater. I know it's past Christmas, but who cares? Christmas is amazing, and Christmas should go on all year round. But iCards, Jacob's in my Polar Express Christmas theory, and he's a great brother. But anyway, when we were kids, we would watch Star Wars and movies like that, and we thought, okay, so here's how it goes. You got the good guys, you got the bounty hunters, you got the bad guys. Bad guys want to do wrong stuff. Good guys want to do good stuff, and bounty hunters are just kind of out there. So, in a sense, with that childish classification system of the Lego Star Wars video games, which are like literally my childhood. Those were some of the first video games I ever had, and I love those video games. Yeah, I actually own every Lego video game. But back on topic, Disney and Pixar fans are here, not Lego fans and Star Wars fans. But basically, Hank's kind of in that bounty hunter area. He does good stuff and he does bad stuff. But he's not a bad guy and he's not a good guy. But he's able to relate to Dory at some point later on in the movie, and it's great, and he's a very interesting character. He's a very kind of lovable character, but kind of just new. It's new. You never thought you'd see a camouflaging octopus. I don't even know if those things actually exist. But it's pretty interesting to see how he's able to camouflage in all these different things and hide from security and all that. And it's just really cool. I think he's a cool character, but he's probably the only one I could think that would be a antagonist, much less a villain, because there's not really any villains in Finding Dory. And I'm noticing a trend that in the later, more recent kind of Disney movies, in general, there's not really a villain. Just in a lot of the movies. I mean, Inside Out didn't really have a villain. It didn't. It was just kind of this huge journey. And now Finding Nemo didn't really have a villain, unless you want to count Bruce. But Bruce, in a little more evil way, is on the same boat as Hank. They're both people that do good things and do bad things and aren't necessarily the protagonist or the antagonist. They're just there, a side character, doing things. But, yeah, that's basically almost all I have to say is really just the shell scene is what hit me the hardest. But what I really think is interesting is that this isn't just about Dory finding her family. It's about Marlin finding himself. Figuring out who he is on the inside. Because, Marlin in the original movie, he's a super, just kind of adventurous kind of guy. In the very beginning of the movie, he's like, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And I'm so excited. And then when terror strikes, he falls apart and becomes this overprotective father. And then they go on this journey in Finding Dory, after, of course, he's been through his first journey in trying to save Nemo, which would probably make him even more protective, but also help him kind of loosen up as he sees that Nemo can do certain things that others can't. And it's just a really deep kind of journey with Marlin. And he's kind of struggling. He's struggling to accept others for who they are, and he's just trying to figure things out. He's trying to understand, and it's kind of interesting, how they go, what would Dory do, And sometimes, especially in my life, as I do with most of my videos, I don't plan. I just go right into it. I just keep swimming. I just start swimming, and I don't stop until I got things done. And I know that when I plan, it just becomes a dream. That's the big problem when I plan a lot. It just becomes a dream. I plan so much and so hard that it becomes real in my head, and then I go, oh, I already did it. I don't have to do it anymore. My brain just dismisses it and chucks it out the window. It's not very fun. But enough about me. I'm supposed to be talking about Finding Dory, and I'm already kind of hitting my mark. I don't want to be over 15 minutes. That'd be a little overkill for a review video. But all in all, just amazing movie. If I was a proper reviewer, I'd probably give it a number of stars. But any movie that's really good, I just want to give 10 stars, just whatever. Just 5 stars, 10 stars, whatever the max is, I'm just that kind of person. It's like, max, medium, middle, or like negative. That's basically all it really goes down to. Unless it's just kind of difficult. The Super Carlin brothers, they had to rank their favorite Pixar movies, and I don't think I could do that, because they're all really good. But that's just about it for today. Thank you so much for watching this completely random review on Finding Dory. I love the movie. I'm sorry if I spoiled the movie for you and you came here wondering what it was going to be like before you saw it, and then came here completely confused and just like, this guy ruined my life. But I'm sorry, if I ruined your life, then you just I know I'm using way too many hashtags, but put the hashtag JJ Prince ruined my life in the comment of one of the videos. I will know that you came from this video, and then write a viewer's pick, something that you think I should do. And if enough people agree with you, who whether or not they've also had their lives ruined by me and my spoiling, then I might make that video. You know, I also have the fact that I hit 50 subs recently. I want to make a viewer's pick video. So if you have any ideas or suggestions for a viewer's pick, something that the viewers get to fully decide on, you know, I'll do a challenge. I'll do a challenge. Just not anything life-threatening, like maybe the ice bucket challenge, maybe eating a pepper, you know, or eating mint, because I actually don't like mint. Do you know that? I hate mint. Mint is disgusting. Mint is terrible. And people are going to dislike this video for that sole fact that I don't like mint. I just have strange taste buds. But it's better than me not liking vegetables. I eat my greens. I'm healthy. Mint just means one more sweet thing to eat. Now, I know mint originally comes from a leaf, and I don't know what mint leaves taste like. Maybe that would taste good. I don't know. But mint as a sweet, which is where it's most commonly found, is not really good for you. So I'm just glad that that's one less sweet that I have to deal with, because I'm just happy just eating chocolate. Chocolate is amazing. Chocolate for the win. And I am talking way past 15 minutes. So thank you so much for watching once again. This has been JJ Prince. I appreciate all of the support I've received in achieving my 50 subs. I'm close to 2,000 views total for the entire channel. I'm at like 1,060 something. Not 1,060, 1,600 something. So just keep watching, keep checking it out. And see my other review video, you know, it's in the iCards, and that's my review on VidAngel. It's a really interesting and exciting kind of program. I believe it got shut down by the Supreme Court now, but it was kind of interesting, and I believe you can still fund them in their little trial that they're trying to do. So, hope this made sense. Hope this was mildly enjoyable, as I say with the majority of my videos. This has been JJ Prince, and I'll see you later.